What does tax loss harvesting mean? Does it have something to do with taxes? Does it have something to do with investing? Or does it have something to do with farming? Hi there. My name is Kenner French. I'm with Vast Solutions Group. We're your tax and financial engineering firm for entrepreneurs. After spending just a few moments watching this video, you'll understand that tax loss harvesting has nothing to do with farming. Even though this may end up being a subpar year for stocks, you may realize some capital gains, which is a taxable event. What can you do about that? You can do what some people call recognizing investments with a loss and a practice of tax loss harvesting. Keep in mind, by the way, this video is for informational purposes only. It's not a replacement for real life advice, so make sure to consult your tax and legal professional before modifying your investment strategy. I don't want to think anything to go ill here. Selling losers to offset winners. Tax loss harvesting means taking capital losses, you sell securities worth less than what you had paid for them, to help offset the capital gains you may have recognized. Keep in mind that the return and principal value of the securities will fluctuate as market conditions change, and past performance, by the way, is no guarantee your future returns. While this doesn't get rid of your losses, it can be an approach to manage your tax liability. Now, this tax saving potential, sure, yes it is. You can use this technique to put your net gains at zero, but that's just a start. Up to $3,000 of capital losses in excess of capital gains can be deducted annually, and remaining capital losses above that can be forwarded to potentially offset capital gains next year. But remember, tax rules are constantly changing, and there's no guarantee that the treatment of capital gains and losses will remain the same going forward. Now, so by taking losses this year and carrying over the excess losses into the next, you can potentially offset some or maybe all of your capital gains for next year. The strategy in action really is as follows. It is quite simple. Step A is to pick out the losers in your portfolio. Step B, decide which losers to sell. Step C, you're giving the green light to those transactions now. Your portfolio may reflect your time horizon, your risk tolerance, and your investing goals. So before moving ahead with a trade, it's important to understand the role each investment plays in your overall portfolio. You must watch out for the IRS's wash sale rule. Now, you can't claim a loss on a security if you buy the same or substantially identical security within 30 days before or after the sale. In other words, you can't just sell a security to rack up a capital loss and then quickly replace it. Your investment professional can illustrate how a wash sale works. Now, watch the fine print on wash sales, by the way. The wash sale rules apply to your entire taxable portfolio, not just in the taxable account within it. So as an example, if you sell an individual holding of stock in a company, you must still wait for the wash sale window to close before you can purchase shares of that same firm. Also, the wash sale rule applies to multiple taxable accounts. Worth remembering if you and your spouse file taxes jointly, by the way. The minor drawbacks. It's important to stress that you may not wish to alter a carefully chosen portfolio simply for tax loss harvesting, especially if it has been built for the long term. That's important to remember. You can only practice tax loss harvesting in taxable accounts. Tax advantage accounts are ineligible for the strategy. Transaction costs can add up, by the way. So think about those potential costs versus the overall strategy before you begin such a strategy. Not just a year-end tactic. Also, this is a year-round strategy. Some investors harvest losses throughout the year, not just in December. You may want to ask a financial professional you know and trust how you can harvest losses in such a manner. Now, if you want to learn a little bit more about tax loss harvesting, check us out on the web, www.vastsolutionsgroup.com, or give us a call, 888-808-8278. We'd be happy to help. We've been around for 50 years. We're hopefully going to be around 250 more years. Vast Solutions Group, we're your tax and financial engineering firm for entrepreneurs. Thank you for taking the time. Hopefully this was of some value.